Hello, Brother Monroe here. Welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts and the Dreadnought Improvement Project. Testing campaign, where I play is Japan, and yes, it's now December of 1914, and we have a military crisis in the Northern Marianas. Send a division. I think I can afford it. Yeah, I can. Just about. Oh, what's good? What are you doing? Okay, we'll have to have a look at that. Oh, new destroyer. Very good. We need more destroyers. And we have conquered Eastern China. That's right. Eastern China is ours, which means we now have a land border with the British Empire. So most of what used to be China belongs to us. We're still pushing on Mongolia. We should be able to take that quite soon. Hopefully we'll be able to take Central China, Tibet, and Xinjiang soon. Reliant on the army for that. But China is definitely out for good. China is gone. Because there is no way for them to have a port. Because China can reform in any of these provinces, I think. Maybe not Mongolia, actually. But it can reform in these three, I think. Maybe not Tibet as well, actually. It might just be these two. But as we saw in a previous episode, if they appear in a province with no ports, then they'll instantly be booted. So, yeah, very successful. Very successful time of it. I'm going to organise the fleet. So I'm going to put the reserve fleet back here. I'm going to put our main fleet, which is probably going to be this lot, into Sabo, in the battleships. So Fuso and the armoured cruisers. But I'll wait a turn, and then I'm going to put the battle cruisers somewhere else. I think I'm going to put them... probably in Hangzhou, actually. Actually, no, because I already have East Asia and Sea of Japan locked down. I'll probably put them back up here in... Yokosuka. So that way we have all of our kind of core sea regions covered. And yeah, I'm going to jump straight into a new destroyer design, because we definitely need more ships. Destroyer 3. Oh, it's one of these weird ones. Okay, how big can we make it? 1500. They could go up to 35 knots. That would be pretty good, actually. Might not be able to manage that, but we'll go. We'll try. No. Thought I could be very cheeky there. 2 funnels should be enough. What guns am I going to put on this? Yeah, we're not ready to make the leap to 5-inch guns, so I will consider having an armed tower. I wish I could rotate it. So, secondary guns... No, not secondary guns. Main gun, 3s. 1 there. 1 there. 1 there. No, it doesn't work. Might as well have the cheap rear tower then. And oh, we've got depth charge launchers on the back, so I'm going to use this one so that both guns can fire over. And screw it, let's put 2 torpedo launchers on. 1 forward, 1 aft, which means it should have a pretty nice spread when it fires. And the other thing I can do is pop this one up on a barbette so that it can super fire over the top properly. And there we go. It's a little bit ugly, if I'm honest. But we should be able to make this work. Right, oil. Gear turbines. Auxiliary diesel. Okay, nice. Balanced boiler. Not balanced boiler. Balanced rudder. Crypt 1. Double bottom hull. Anti-flood 3. That's nice to have. Base fuse. Capitalistic 2s. Oh, very good. Yeah, I'm going to stick with Cordite 2. Tube powder is safer, but not quite as pudgy. I think I probably am going to go Cordite build this time around. 20-inch standard torps, fast radio, acoustics. That's going to be very helpful for them being a fleet screen. We're not going to bother with the depth charge launchers because there are no submarines to worry about. Although they are actually on the ship, so yeah, they're only like 1%. We'll put them on for flavour. Right, armour. This thing is looking okay, actually. How much armour can we tack on? Like half an inch? Like an inch on the tower. Nothing on the turrets. Jesus. Yeah, let's go for 30 caliber guns. And then maximum bulkheads, maximum range. Yes, very nice. They are, yeah, double the price. Oof. I mean, they're nowhere close to our, cruisers. At least not the Nishins. Although they're going to be more expensive than a Kitakami now, aren't they? Yep. So they are not cheap, but they should do a good job. Right, let's save the design, and I'm going to work out how many I can afford to build. Alright, I have 20 of the new Harukazes under construction, plus a few for Bulgaria, which I can just about afford. Yeah, we need destroyers. I'm going to let the game just plop them around, which is fine. And given that I'm building that many of them, I'm going to take our... I already did that. I totally forgot I did that. The previous class, I was like, I'll take the old ones and I'll mothball them and sell. No, they're all being sold. They're all being sold already. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Well, in that case, we're in a pretty good shape, I think. We're just building a bunch of destroyers right now. We do have that other battleship to look at. Tell you what, I'll wait until the destroyers are finished. Oh, I remember. I was going to wait until I got the Mark II 16-inch guns, wasn't I? Right. Yes, I remember what I was doing now. Mark IV 5-inch guns on the way. Nothing. That's a fair ways away. Okay, so yeah, we'll definitely design a battleship in this episode. I'm just going to try and get my bearings. Okay, Soviets, you look at that. Look at you with 2 capital ships. Everyone likes... Well, no, not everyone likes us. The Soviets don't like us. The Germans don't like us. Okay, I don't want to go to war with Germany unless I have to, so let's improve relations with them. What's going on with the United States? Yeah, they're at war with Italy and France, and possibly also Britain. So I don't know what is going on with them. They also have a party in charge with 0% support. What is their unrest? Yeah, they're concerned. I kind of get it. United States versus Italy and France. That is a weird one. I mean, there's French stuff in the Caribbean that will be very vulnerable. But Italy? Curious. Very curious. Anyway, I'm going to get back to managing the economy and stuff. And when I'm building that new battleship, I'll be back with you. All right. The empire expands. We have taken Mongolia, finally. Oh, okay. We didn't manage to improve relations with Germany. So that secures the northern border with the Soviets. Didn't want them getting Mongolia. Now I'd really like them to push into central China. It doesn't have any oil, but it is a 2 billion province, which is very nice. Xinjiang is a 1.2. Tibet is a 1 billion. All these provinces are quite valuable because it's big and lots of people in them. Not as valuable as the ones we've taken, of course. Kind of looking greedily at southern China. But Britain is our friend, so shouldn't look too greedily. But maybe America is not... Well, okay. America is our friend, but also not. So yeah, we're just kind of sitting here kind of nice and neutral. Nice. What makes a man turn neutral? Lust for gold? Yes, in this case. I think possibly a war with the Soviets is brewing. Although, again, I think their entire fleet is somewhere else. I have no idea where. But it is not in port. So, yeah. Just got to wait for these destroyers to finish, which will take 6-7 months. And then I'll have some money freed up to get battleships under construction. Alright, it's now September 1915. And again, we've been looking at what... I don't actually know if the British Empire in the game is doing this, but this would be roughly around the time that the Queen Elizabeths were being built. So I think it's time to have a look at the Tosa here. Now, our previous battleship, the Mikahos, were 35,000 tons. So 40,000 tons seems like a reasonable target. We could go all the way up to 46, but we don't want to be excessive. We don't have unlimited budget. We don't have a crazy ability to just build the biggest ships possible for invasion purposes. We do have to be a little bit circumspect with what we're doing. So, speed, 23. Okay, so these things are going to be the same speed as the rest of the ships. At 21 knots. Okay, that is a tiny little superstructure. Interesting. Those huge funnels. Let's get 2 of them for crazy efficiency. That means lots of range, which is good. Now, main guns. This is where we're going to have to make a careful choice. We've currently been on 12s. We could go 14s, or we could push it for 16s. I want to see if the 16s... that's not looking promising. In terms of weight, will actually fit on this ship. I have a feeling that they won't. But I would love to just immediately go to 16-inch guns. And I would love to immediately have 10 of them. But that is not practical. Look at that. We're all the way up at 96%. Well, there is a lot of armor. Okay, tell you what. I'll try my best. But I have a suspicion we're going to have to go down to 14s if I want this layout. I do have triple turrets available, but of course that is a very newfangled thing. I'm not sure that the old guard would appreciate that much change. Yeah, that ain't gonna fly. Even when I reduce the armor, what would we need to armor against 16-inch guns at 110%? Oh god, we would need so much armor. Yeah, we still don't have the ability to do 16-inch. I'm sorry. It's going to have to be an intermediate step of 14-inch. Still, 10 14-inch guns is nothing to sniff at. And we're still going to be hard-pressed on weight here anyway. Casement. Oh, I could go 3-inch. We are really stuck on weight. So that would be good. Got a little bit of a forward weight offset. Can shorten the citadel a bit as well. What about actual, honest-to-goodness secondary guns? Yes, we could have some. Not many, just a couple, just sprinkled in there. Okay, armor. Armor. What do we got? 14-inch would protect us out to 15,000 meters, which doesn't seem too bad. HE, we're going to need about, well, 6-inch probably enough. What about an 8-inch gun? What would that be able to do if we just stick one on, just for looking at it? Yeah, 6-inch of armor I think is going to be fine on the extendeds. Deck armor, yeah, main deck of 3 and 1.5 on the 4.5. 1.5. Let's go 16 on the conning tower. Just very layers exist. 16. Well, 6 is fine. 16. Casements don't need that much. Well, actually, we should probably go 6-inch on the side. Okay, now we just need to do gun length. So 1440s, yes. 3-inch. Oh, those the secondary guns. They're so short. Wow, that's insanely terrible. 25 caliber. Rate of fire 10 rounds a minute though. But the rate of fire is better on the casements. What the hell? Why are these guns so bad? Oh, it is a dual barrel, I suppose. But still. Yeah, those are not great. But the ship overall, we've got 2%. 2%. I would like to get many bulkheads in. Now, we've got great range already because of the funnel, so I'm going to min-range it, which is still okay, and max bulkheads. Because I do want this thing to be well protected. You can run with standard bulkheads, but maximum bulkheads does seem like the better choice. And yeah, we have our first super dreadnought. Arguably a little bit behind the times in real life. But, you know, we've basically taken the Mikhaho design, upgunned it, but we've had to lose the 7-inch secondary battery. Yeah, definitely, we're definitely iterating. We're definitely iterating, and we're just getting that. It does look good. I love the long nose. I really do. I like that in the German designs of this era as well. It's like business in the front, party in the back, mullet kind of design. But yeah, that has got something going on. I like it. And our first 14-inch armed ship. So it looks like we're going 12, 14, 16, 18, which is fine. Expensive. Very expensive. Oof. Okay. I'm going to see if I can afford 2 of these. And I'll be back with you in a second. Alright. We've got the Toza, the Huo, and the Fuji under construction. Because I can just about afford that with 80% in the tech budget and the crew training budget. We are going to have to look to expanding the shipyards again, though, because we are starting to get up towards that kind of size. But how is the economy doing, actually? +9. Nice. We're at 138, which, well, slightly higher than Italy, kind of similar with Germany. So we're not doing too badly, actually. We're kind of middling in terms of economy. But now that we have northeastern and eastern China, we should have a nice sustained period of growth. But it should all be quite quiet. Things are quite peaceful for Japan right now. So I'm going to get back to doing all the peacetime gameplay, and I'll see you when there's something to talk about. Okay, we have a new... Wait, what? The battlecruiser 3. We've already got that hull. What? We already have the battlecruiser 3. I'm sure we already have the battlecruiser 3. Yeah, we do. Yeah, this is the Norikuras. What? Don't lie to me, game. What? I was just here, you know, doing my own thing, and... What? They were at war, but I don't remember who with. I saw they were at war with Spain. Did Did they lose their fleet? I think they did. I think what happened was they had a massive battle with Spain, lost their ships, and of course Austro-Hungary. If you... Mind you, they had Odessa. So they won't have been blockaded because they still had Odessa, surely. Anyway, Austro-Hungary has collapsed. We're around about historically when it did collapse. So that's another minor naval nation out of the game. Although they might be able to reform. Okay. This is going to make Germany super strong. Germany's going to be like, mine. Oh, dearie me. But yeah, that makes politics simpler. We are just kind of sitting here quietly. Britain looks like it's getting annoyed with us. It could be very interesting if we go to war with Britain. They've been in a war with the US for a while. Which I don't think either side is getting the upper hand. Because they do have Italy helping. Although, is France still at war with the US? No. Okay, so countries can get into wars and get out of them. Fine. It's just, I think the weaker powers, navally, are prone to collapse at the moment. I probably just need to play it on legendary difficulty and probably stop that issue. Anyway, that little update aside, Japan's just sitting here going, okay, sure, guys. Whatever you need to do. Oh my goodness. Anyway, back to the quiet Peaceful serenity of Japan. All right, it's a fair bit later, and it's now February of 1918. Vanuatu has popped up for a conquest, which seems like something the reserve fleet could deal with. I don't remember if they start off independent or not, but they must do. Anyway, I'm going to send the fleet to go conquer them. It shouldn't take too long, 2 turns to get there, 3 turns to take them. In terms of what's going on in the world, as I thought, the Germans are, and Russians, are rushing to claim whatever they can of the former Austro-Hungarian Empire, although the Soviet Union is the most horrific border gore mess with this giant German enclave in the middle of it. So yeah, they're probably both going to try and rush eastern Poland. But Italy has taken Croatia, and that is huge. Once you take Croatia, yeah, Austro-Hungary's gone for good. They're totally out of the game. I guess maybe if they reappeared in Montenegro, but in terms of being a naval power, they're gone. Britain, I think, is having a few issues. They have negative naval prestige and a high unrest, which I'm guessing means that their war with the US didn't go great because the US naval prestige is quite high. And their unrest is relatively low. So that's not gone particularly well. And Spain and Italy are at war, which doesn't look like it's going well for either of them. So yeah, there's a lot of chaos going on right now, but not for Japan. We're just quite happy. Quite happy here. Am I finally getting a cruiser? Yeah. Oh, okay. Battlecruiser 4. Okay, cool. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, I'm just going to go end the turn then. All right. We now have the Battlecruiser 4. Yes. So 35,000 tons. Seems fine for the Kirishimas. This would be an attempt to build a 14-inch battlecruiser, I think. I think that would make some sense. So let's grab a 14-inch gun. And a secondary tower. 2 enormous funnels. A tall advanced tower. A barbette. 2 more 14-inch guns. Yes, very nice. Right, how fast can these things go? 30 knots. Speedy. But let's try and go 28 so that we can operate with our other battle cruisers with no issues. Secondary armament. I'm probably going to go oh, I can't go 3s. That means it has to be 7s. Okay, this is going to be tricky. Oh, we've got triple barrel secondaries now. Okay, well, that's something new to try on this particular design. Really? You're gonna do me dirty like that, are you? Let me shift everything. Just to get a little secondary gun in. There we go. Alright. So far so good. Just basically a battlecruiser version of the Tosa. Okay. It does look good though. That does look good. I just don't know if we're going to be able to get this to work. That is a lot of ship to try and pack on. We do now have Krupp 2, though, which will help. Standard ratio. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oh, actually, that's looking promising. Very promising. Right, let's do the gun lengths first, so that I remember. 40s, 45s, and 25s. Wow. Pew, 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 pew. Okay, right. Armouring. We got a bit of more quality, though. We're now up to 130, which is pretty significant. Yeah, I think 14 inch is going to be absolutely fine. Don't need more than that. And I think, yes, the 6 inch 4.5 belt, 3 inch on the deck should be okay. 1.5, 16, oops, 16, 6, 16, 1.5, 1, 1.5, 3% of weight. Let's try trimming down the casement armour a little bit. Okay, we're a little bit over. Options. I think the most sensible option is to cut back our extended armour to 1.5. This means we're not going to be protected against AP shells from cruisers anymore, but we are still protected against high explosive all over. Although not against battleship caliber high explosive. So this is not as well rounded, this ship. It's not as heavily protected as some of our other ships. Especially because we're not going to get anything in terms of bulkheads back. Not unless I drop range a little bit. If it was a 1-to-1, I'd do it. But it's not. So I'm going to go standard bulkheads, 26,000 kilometer range. It is supposed to be more of a raider long-range ship than a brawler. And this is letting us get a 14-inch ship for nearly 100 million less than the Tosa. Which is pretty jazzy. So, yes. I like it. Well, super battlecruiser? Not that we would call it that. But a 14-inch armed ship. This means we're really starting... Because definitely the Tosa and the Kirishima we're going to have until probably right to the end of the campaign. 12-inch ships probably are going to be second line at some point. But at the moment they're still pretty effective, I think. Okay, I'm going to save it. I'm going to try and build 2 and adjust the finances, and I'll see you there for that. We have taken Vanuatu. Lovely. Another tiny island added to the mighty Empire of Japan. Good. Right. Let's send the ships back. Yeah, it's all pretty quiet. And whilst it's quiet, we are really building up quite a fleet. We're at 500,000 tons total, and the European powers, apart from France, the United States, and Britain, are still big, but everybody else is just knocking lumps out of each other constantly. I think we would be able to challenge the big boys. I mean, Britain's got 16 capital ships, United States got 12, and France has 13. We are sitting on 14 capital ships. Okay, admittedly, some of them are the very old Kankos, but still, we're getting up there. No sign of an imminent war, but I'm thinking maybe the Soviet Union. If we could go back to war with the Soviet Union, maybe try and take the Sakhalin Islands, although they have They've been really beefing those up. Siberia, southern Siberia could also be vulnerable. What's their army logistics like? 100. Okay, bugger. Wait a minute, they're not the Soviets anymore. They're back to being Russia. When did that happen? Anyway, yeah, I'm just going to keep playing on. All right, we've got another new destroyer, which we're definitely going to have a look at, because we might be able to go up to a 5-inch destroyer now, which would be great, because we could start replacing our probably slightly out of date, by this point, 3-inch DDs. What is my maximum here? 1800. Minazukis. Okay. Okay. I really don't like the gap-toothed destroyers, but try my best. What's the speed like? 37. That is speedy DD. Very speedy. Would a 5-inch gun actually fit on here? It will. Okay, let's try going 5-inch. That is a definite upgrade. Oh, and triple torpedo launchers. Fun, fun, fun. Yeah. 2 funnels for now. I don't know if we're going to get this in with the weight. I really don't. And then one of these. And then one of these. And then 2 of those. And then one of these. Lovely. Right. Oil. Gear turbine. Ports diesel. Little bit worried about the old weight here. Yeah. Let's start putting this stuff on. It's going to get heavy. Gun caliber 30. No, we can go all the way up to 40s. Let's do it. Okay. Armor 1.5, 1.5, 0.5, 0.1, 0.1, 0.1, 0.1, 0.5, 1, 1.5 even? No, 1. No, so we'll stick with 1.5. 1.5. 2%. 2% overweight. I could lose some speed. We don't need to go that fast. How much do I get back from dropping back to 35? There we go. Perfect. It means they're the same speed as the Harukazes, but the Minazukis take the same design, but just amp it up. They're even more expensive, though. Jeez, inflation. Cost of living, etc. Oh, speaking of cost of living, you could help my cost of living. Yes, what a brilliant segue. Members of the channel only cost, I think it's $1 a month to become a channel member, which before just gave you a shiny badge next to your name in comments and in live chat, but now gives you early access to videos, which is a new feature YouTube has rolled out that I think is really cool. It's really easy for me to do, so basically as soon as I finish recording and uploading a video, you can watch it. And it goes live. You can watch it a couple of days early to almost a week early, depending on how well I'm doing in terms of keeping ahead with my recordings. So yeah, if that sounds interesting, think about it. It's only $1 a month ish. So I can't remember whether they said it was $1 a pound or €1 a month. It's one of them. One currency unit per month. It's not very much. And one, sub like that, that does actually, it's pretty significant compared to just watching the video. So I do really appreciate it. What have we got here? We've got light cruisers on the way. I think both of those hulls are garbage, but it's nice that we have some light cruisers on the way. And do I want to keep... Tell you what, I'm going to keep going for now. I do want to get to another war. I don't like having too much of the same thing going on. I know people love the fielding videos, but I want to keep it going. So, I'll see you in a moment. All right, let's have a look at these ships. Experiment. Oh yeah, I'm also pushing for war with Russia because I want to do some fighting. Fight me. Nobody wants to fight mighty Japan. Okay, so it's the Light Cruiser 4, which is going to be very boring. Oh, actually, it's not. That's a Scout Cruiser hull. You got a Light Cruiser 4 for? That's a proper Scout Cruiser. Okay, and the Experimental Torpedo Cruiser. What makes this an Experimental Torpedo Cruiser, and this just a regular Light Cruiser? Okay. I'm not complaining. In two different cruiser hulls. Given that they're very similar, I don't see the point in building both. Light Cruiser 4 has 35 knot top speed. The ETC is 36. Has worse stability, worse floatability, worse resistance. Is garbage. Compared to this one. What? Okay. One of the things I would love to do at a later stage of this mod is to look through all the hulls for all the countries and try and make their stats make sense. For instance, for Japan, when you unlock these two at the exact same time, why would you ever build this one? Which is objectively worse. And more expensive base, is it? I can't tell. Anyway, but this one is objectively worse. There's no reason to go for it, apart from maybe tower selection. Base accuracy 8 and 10. And this one... Fucking 20? Jesus. Yes, why would you ever build this one? The ETC, the Experimental Torpedo Cruiser. Why would you ever build this? This either needs to be in a different tech and unlocked earlier, in which case I would absolutely have built it, or it needs better stats, or the Light Cruiser 4 needs worse stats. One of those three options. But stuff like this is throughout the game, and I don't blame the devs. It's a huge game. You can't be going through and doing all that stuff. And they're still planning on adding new hulls, so I'm not planning on doing it anytime soon. But one of the things I would like to do with the mod is to go through and make sure there's internal balance for countries, but also so that there's a bit of external balance so that you don't have things like certain countries have super high resistance hulls, which is so good, and other countries just don't get access to that kind of thing. So Britain, for instance, has really low resistance hulls compared to Russia, for instance, especially in the late game, which doesn't make any sense. Like, resistance of a super battleship should be the resistance of a super battleship. At least that's what I think. If you don't agree with me, that's fine, but I'm the one making the mod, so get with the program. Let's go for 10,000 tons. Magamis, yes, they're a bit on the tall side, is the only thing I would say. So I think I'm going to reduce their draft by maybe 10%. So they sit in the water a little bit better. But I'm going to compensate that by increasing their beam by 10%. So that they are still 10,000 tons on the nose. That is going to affect their survivability a bit, but I think it'll help with the old profile. I'm also going to slow them down to 32 knots. to save on weight, because obviously I increase the beam. And triple funnel. Why not? Why not a triple funnel? I might not need a triple funnel though. No, 200%. That's spot on. Pretty much. Right. Okay. Guns. Well, the obvious option is the 7-inch. Because that is the gun we've been using for a while. But we have 6-inch Mark IVs, which are going to be just generally superior weapons. And probably our light cruiser gun going forwards. I really like the 6-inch gun. I'm gonna break with tradition. I'm gonna go for the 6-inch. I think 6-inch is a better caliber for a light cruiser than a 7. Particularly as we are already quite high on the weight. So we're going to go for that one. I quite like this barbette. If it'll fit a gun. If it'll superfire. Yeah, it will. I mean, it doesn't look like they superfire if you fire the guns flat. But of course, you're normally elevating them. So I think that's fine. And then obviously you can have one on the back, which apparently can magically fire through the depth charge launcher, which is pretty jazzy. So yes, 8 6-inch guns. Bear in mind that this is the first light cruiser we've built since the Kittic armies, which is a significant departure. The first cruiser we've built in a long time, actually. What about some secondary guns? No, we only have these hideous ones. These are so fat too. We could go 2-inch, but again, I don't think there's too many places to put them. Torpedo launchers. I was hoping we'd get underwaters. Do you know what? I have an idea. And this may seem very weird, but I'm going to do this so that we have a ship where, well, I mean, B and X turrets are on the level, and so A and Y, which helps with gunnery control because there's no Z variation or vertical variation in the gun axis, and it means that Y turret here can fire clean over the torpedoes at the back, and that gives us a torpedo strike option, which is handy on a light cruiser, if only as an area denial weapon. Crypt 2, Bobbet 3, water hull. We do now have watertight doors, which is very fancy. Standard ratio shells, I think. TNT3, that's new too. Lots of new things. 20-inch. And just as a nod to the fact that they are modelled on the ship, I will give it a depth charge 1. Yeah, looking good so far. We just need to armour it, I think. So, what's our armour quality? 130? 130. Okay, so 6-inch gun, which is, we don't want a 38, we want a 40, if you please. 6-inch 40 caliber gun. It goes through about 4 inches of armor. So if we have a 6-inch main belt, we can't have a 6-inch main belt. We can have a 4.5, which is actually just enough. So that's fine. High explosive, we're going to want 1.5 minimum. Let's go for a 3-inch deck. I seriously doubt we're going to get... Actually, no, that's excessive. 1.5, say 4.5 on the towers, 6-inch on the turret, 3-inch on the tops, and 3-inch barbettes. There we go. Inner belt, 1.5 with a 1/2-inch backup layer. Yeah, and a 0.1 inner deck. That's fine. Okay, now the question is up here. What do we look to boost? Bulkheads is nice, but it is a light cruiser. It's not really supposed to be tanky. Would we get more out of speed or rate? I think speed. I think we push the speed. Oh, we can only push it by 1 knot. Okay, maybe that's not worth it. Okay, we push range by a notch. Yeah, we're just going to push range by 1 notch. So it's a 17,000 kilometer range cruiser, which is going to be significantly better than whatever the Kitakamis could do. And this means we can finally replace the Kitakamis. Or retire them, anyway. Yes, I like it. That's a nice little light cruiser. And fairly realistic, actually. 10,000 tons, so right on the treaty limits that existed. 8 6-inch guns, which is pretty on par. Yeah, how does it actually compare to something like a Leander? Which would be much later, by the way, because they were built in the 1930s. So I guess it would be more like a Danae. Yeah, Danae's had single guns. No, I think I'm going to compare it to a Leander. Let's see if we are really ahead of the curve. So Leanders, they could go 32.5 knots, so we're right around that kind of level. 10,000 kilometer range, so we have superior range. Nice. 4 twin 6-inch guns, which we have. The BL 6-inch Mark 23. How long were those? I don't actually know. And I'm not going to spend ages looking it up. They had 2 quadruple torpedo tubes at 21-inch. So we don't have quite the torpedo armament that they did. But we have more armor. They had a 3-inch box around the magazine. And an inch of deck armor. We have a proper armored citadel with a 4.5-inch protection over most of the ship. So, yeah, definitely a very nice little ship. I like it. I like it a lot. We're going to have a lot of cruisers as Japan. Now, number to build. I think we only have 5 of the Kitakamis, but our needs for cruisers has dramatically expanded. And we don't need these to sit with the rest of the fleet anymore. Whoa, they're expensive, though. 98 million makes them our most expensive non-capital ship. Oh, boy. Okay. Well, I mean, they are the first cruiser we've built in over a decade, so yeah, I'd love to build wow. No, we're not building 10, we're building 5. Oh, boy. Maybe I'll do a second tranche once these destroyers are finished. So in 4 months, I'll set another lot going. And yeah, we can afford it if I, again, cut back on the Tech budget to 75%, which is fine. I'm going to keep going with that, and I'm going to keep pissing off the Russians. Hello. You get 3 dreadnoughts at once with that tech. Damn. No, you can't have a battlecruiser. Okay. Okay. Before I do that, I am gonna in the efforts of actually, you can save some more money getting these buggers that are on sea control back onto limited. There we go. Does that give me enough money to lay down a second bunch of these? 25 million. I can get three more. 3 more under construction. Good, 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 good. We're already slammed in terms of construction. So, new battleships, whilst nice, we're still building Kirishima and Hiei. And there's still a year before those are done. And yeah, I kind of need cruisers. So, not immediately going to jump into those designs, but I will have a look at them. I'm pretty sure you keep these available for quite a long time as Japan. Okay, so the modern 1 and the modern 2 are not very attractive because these are going back to the... not the Tosa, but the one before, the Mikaho type design. But the modern 3, I think, is definitely something we can make work. Also, these start at 50 and 49,000 tons, which is way too big. We would be looking at 45,000 tons for our next ship, something like that, which looks fine. So yeah, it'll be like a Tosa, but upgraded, basically. Yeah, I'm probably not going to use these two. But this one, for sure. Definitely use this one. But not right now. Nope. Nope, nope. Right now, I'm going to... how long have I been recording this episode? Like 2.5 hours? You're sitting there going, what are you talking about? It's only 20 minutes in. Yeah, peacetime takes forever. Absolutely forever to play through. But I really do want to... I really do want to get a... Oh, we're going to get it like next turn. Let's just hit next turn. Come on, war, 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 more. More war, damn it. Let's destroy Russia again. They've come back, the little cockroaches. We're going to obliterate them. Totally and utterly. Yeah, war. Nope. We're keeping a spy, thank you very much. War up between Japan and Russia. Yes, good, good, good. Right, well, they do have some ships. They've got 3 light cruisers. They've got a bunch of other stuff. But we are immediately going to take our battle fleet and put them on sea control. I'm going to keep the cruisers on in being, and I'm going to put all the destroyers on sea control. Meanwhile, we're immediately going to invade not South Sakhalin, although we could actually. It makes more tactical sense to take South Sakhalin. So I'm going to get the reserve fleet up there, first of all. They'll be able to trigger the invasion. Actually, can I do it straight away? I can. Yeah, South Sakhalin, let's go. They don't have any power anywhere else, I don't think. So I'm going to send the battleships to blockade Vladivostok. I'm going to leave the cruisers behind. I am going to send a destroyer with them. I should have a spare one somewhere. Yes, some destroyers. Send one from there, and really I want light cruisers for this, but we're still waiting on those. Send a couple of destroyers up with them as well. These guys have got the light cruisers with them. And then it'd just be the battle cruisers. Now, what could the battle cruisers be doing? We could send them off to up here. Actually, that would be really helpful. And then we'll have both of their Pacific ports guarded against. But then we just have to worry about this battleship down here possibly sailing up and causing us some issues. But I'm going to guess that the Russians throw themselves directly at our invasion fleets. Right, I'm going to end the turn and see what happens. Oh, okay, Germany. Yeah, sure, fine, bring it. Okay, Germany's actually pretty big and scary. I hope they don't come and destroy me. Okay, we get to obliterate some transports. That's always fun. Super heavy shells. Let's start losing transports already. Lovely. And we immediately launch an invasion. Okay. Okay, so much for my original plan. My new plan is to put every capital ship possible into the invasion of the Sakhalin Islands. So stupid. Sometimes the way invasions work. You really telling me that you would need 6, 7, 8, 9 battleships and 4 battle cruisers to have a proper chance of invading South Sakhalin unopposed? May I remind, there's like 3 light cruisers over here. Oh dearie me. Oh, also money. We have money. Crew training maxed, and we can increase the tech budget, although not very much. Cool. Yeah, the British are on our side. Okay, I might be causing a little bit of chaos here. That's all fine. That's all absolutely fine and dandy. 100% chance. That's what I like. Okay, it's now November 1919. There is a German ship fleet over here, which is interesting. But I'm not really interested in them unless they're going to piss me off. So I'm going to send the reserve fleet up here. Oh no, I'm going to need more. I don't really want to move everything up there. I'm hoping that the reserve fleet and the battle cruisers can deal with it. The main fleet, I'm going to move back to close blockade of Vladivostok. Maybe they'll trigger a battle. There are fleets floating about. One of the things I would love to do is increase the chances of a mission generating in the mod, but I haven't found how you do that. I'll try. Try my best to do that, because it is irritating when you have enemy fleets sitting there that aren't engaging your fleets. But one thing I did do is I reduced the denial zone. You can see on this German ship, it does have a denial zone, but it's tiny. And that is the actual visual range of a fleet. So they can still block very narrow passages, but it's no longer the case that a single torpedo boat somewhere can get in your way, because I have dramatically reduced the threat ranges, because if they're not going to generate battles and if you can't directly engage them, then the denial areas are more annoying than anything else. But they're not zero. They're I mean, you can see on my fleets they're slightly bigger because I have slightly better text. So I've got better visibility. Once you get radar, they start getting a bit bigger. But I thought this was more realistic, to be honest. Ships can only see so far. So if you really want to block something, you're going to need a lot of ships out in a line, basically. Anyway, let's see if we can get a battle. Come on, hungry for battle. Battle. Ooh, a new heavy cruiser. It's been a long time since we've had a new heavy cruiser. No, I'm not selling those. They're really expensive. Maybe later. But, oh, I meant to say, I ordered a third set of the Mogami, so we're going to have 10 total. I did manage to get all 10, so we do have some money freeing up soon, especially with Kirishima and Hiei finishing. But that's going to be a lot of demand because I want to build another set of battleships as well. So yeah, lots of demand, not enough money. And will you please fight me? Oh, they're back to the Soviet Union again. Make up your minds. North Sakhalin. And then we'll hit southern Siberia. And then maybe, if I leave the fleet here and they pound Vladivostok into dust, we'll be able to take the Russian Far East as well. That would be super, super good. I don't think the army is going to have much luck here because, yeah, look at that. Pfft. No, not happening. Yeah, we don't have 100% army logistics. Partly because we have all of this to try and, you know, a lot of our population is not... our population is huge now, so we need a bigger navy, basically. But come on, fight me! Ha, yes, good. Finally. We get a port strike, and this time the Russian Soviets have responded. Yes, good. The Samara class battlecruiser have 2 triple 13.2-inch guns. Interesting setup. 29 knots, so actually pretty fast. Faster than our battlecruisers. Not that we have any here. Because this is the Cancos. This is the antique fleet that they've attacked. So this could be very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Because when did these last get a refit? Like 1910? And it's nearly 1920, so... they're 20 years old with a 10-year-old refit against the battlecruiser. So this could potentially be very bad. But we do have numbers. And it's night time. I'm not sure who that benefits. Me or them. Follow the heavy cruisers. And the single destroyer, which is actually a modern one by our standards. The Oit. Yeah, you can go scouting. Right. But look at this. Oh, it's such a good looking fleet, though. I'm not normally one for pre-dreadnoughts, but these things with their masts and their sails, I kind of love them. And I'm really, really happy that they've actually gotten to get a battle before they all get sold off or scrapped or turned into museum ships. Yeah, all of those being like, yeah, you got to keep them as museum ships. They've got to survive first. Oh, because this could go really, really, really badly. But yeah, I'm just going to go in one big long line. I don't like that. I really don't like that. They don't outrange us, though. We should be able to return fire. And then we just got to hope and pray that we get more hits than they do. Right, let's have a look at this thing. Okay, it's not super modern. That's like a Battlecruiser 1 or something. Pretty interesting to go for the AX triples. It's actually a pretty good choice on a Battlecruiser, I think. Very weird positioning of the secondary guns, though. Got these lovely cutouts right here, and it's like, nah! firing into the smoke. I'm actually going to double back a bit. What are they doing? Yeah, they're just coming in. It's not been a lot of hitting so far. Night fighting is going to be pretty tough on everybody, I think. Oh, we're also launching torpedoes as we carousel around, which is interesting. Yeah, the Miyoko and the... Oh, we're getting hits as well! Torpedoes fired in the general direction of enemy ships. We got 2 hits. That is a hell of a lot of damage on a light cruiser. The other one... Oh, there's a ship in there. Nah, I think those ones are going to miss. But the Admiral Spiridov might sink from that. Some more coming in. Yeah, these are still pretty old-fashioned. 2 9.3-inch guns. Oh, we hit another ship in the back. Amazing. Everybody avoid torpedoes, if you can. Oh, the Kumano takes one, but it's a dud. Oh, we hit the Samara with 2. Who did that? Miyoko, 2 hits. Very nice. They got way too close. Probably trying to use their own torpedoes. And that has damaged them pretty badly. I haven't even had a proper look at this ship. Many bulkheads, that's quite nice. Spacious crew quarters, that's also quite nice. Increased draft. Interesting. Well armoured, but shit quality. That's like garbage levels at this point. Compound armour, are you kidding me? The hell, Russia? It's got a stereoscopic 3 rangefinder and compound armour. Bloody hell, that is a weird combo. Weird. I guess they were trying to save some money. Kanko, come on, you can do it. Oh, shit. Sawyer just took a big hit. You need to withdraw. Okay, well, their best asset is crippled. Where's the... Wait. Right, back you come. That is very nice. Very nice indeed. If we can get rid of the light cruisers. Oh, that cruiser just took a massive hit. The Naka. You should get out too. Pop smoke. Yeah, you want to get some distance back, thank you very much. Shit, lost the Naka. Yeah, she took just a really big hit from something. That's a 9.3-inch gun, actually, just going through the main belt. So she's killed by one of the Russian protected cruisers. Belt pens are dangerous. Okay. Oh, some good damage in there. Russians are actually ahead at the moment. They've sunk one ship and I've sunk none. But their battlecruiser is, yeah, very, very vulnerable right now. What are these light cruisers armoured like? Yeah, why did the light cruisers get Crypt 1? That's actually good. I have to say, I kind of like this fleet though. With the battlecruiser and the light cruisers being the same speed. Feels like they were built to operate together. Okay, down goes the Kerch. The other two are already pretty badly damaged. I think we will be able to take them. Yeah. Shell goes into the boilers on the Admiral Spiridov. She finally goes down. Right, here comes the oit. It's like the oik. Very British word, oik. Yeah, seems like we're focused on removing the torpedo threat from the Voyevoda. Down she goes. And now all firepower directed onto the poor old Samara. Who, yeah, sure, that's a thick lot of armour, but it's made of really poor quality steel, and there's torpedoes coming our way. Yeah, no chance to get out of the way. I was going to try and torpedo her with the oit, but I don't think I need to. I think that torpedo from one of the cruisers is going to hit. Yep, even though they went full stop. It's the Miyoko again. There's also torps coming out from Kumano, but it doesn't matter. Down goes the Russian fleet. That's bad. That's real bad for you guys. But finally a battle. And yeah, that felt good. That felt like a good battle. You know, I had a massive numerical advantage. But I think if it would have been more even, that would have been a lot tougher. And I'm thinking about the mod here. I just enjoy how battles feel in it. It really feels like you're looking for those hits. I love the fact torpedoes actually work. And that was basically me commanding pre-dreadnoughts, and I had fun. That's a huge plus. But I'm going to end the episode here because I've been recording for ages. And I'm going to say thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon for some more Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Bye for now.